Welcome back, everyone. Happy to see you once again. Hi, I am Chef JT. Give me a moment to finish fixing my audio that Microsoft just happened to mess up for me. Okay. Welcome in, everyone. Happy to see you back. Now that we got the audio set up properly. Hi there. Welcome in, Will Poker. Happy to see you, SoFluff. Hi there, JK. Hi, T. Welcome in, Zeeks. Welcome. We're down a light. Hopefully it'll get... It's flickering on me. I probably got to replace a bulb. Isn't it annoying how modern technology, modern light bulbs, now instead of just like going out or going really nuts, just sit there and flicker on and off every once in a blue moon, just enough to drive you crazy, but not enough that you really want to change it? It's hot in here right now. Let's make some coffee. That should cool things off, right? Oh, hey, my cutting board's filthy. Let's give that a quick wipe off. Well, maybe a quick wipe off. Getting to the end of the thing of wipes and they start sticking to each other and get harder to separate. Okay. Oh, we got that. Get our mug out. Yeah, that's the other unfortunate part to it is the apps, which they start off sort of seeming convenient until you realize that you have to set them up and you have to keep setting them all up. And they're selling all of your data. And in the case of my lights over here, which are smart lights, the company that's originally built those been bought 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 times since then. And I've had to do 2 or 3 different apps for those lights. Silliness. My limited understanding is a lot of it boils down to the resistors and several of the components on them being entirely too cheap, and then add in a long journey across the ocean from said country that put it together with inexpensive labor, and you get this nonsense that we're talking about with lights. Exactly, splits. Mexitalin. Mexital, Mexital. It sounds like Talon, but Italian. Mexitalian. There we go. Did the captions get any of that? I'm not thinking they did, but hey, whatever. My entire lifetime lights, their lifetime have gotten shorter. Like I'm relatively sure that's true of my parents' lives too. I'm pretty certain that my grandparents' original light on the front of their house was potentially still original when they sold it a couple of years ago. Philly cheesesteak pierogi sounds like a dinner plan. But I'm already treading on December Christmas holiday time on my planning. I did just add harissa white bean soup to plans for, I think, the 1st of December? First Monday of December. I'm cutting that off early. Why am I cutting that off early? Let's let that drip. Hey, Jana. Welcome, welcome. Happy Sunday to all of you. Hopefully you've had a restful and relaxing and enjoyable day. Did anyone go for a Sunday drive? I had a decent day. I haven't gone out or done much because it's been rainy and meh outside all day. Like, not very exciting times as far as outdoor activities. Oops, bumping the mic there. Bad plan. Welcome, Ozzy. Yeah, I still got the snowman out there, but it's snow time now. Not for me. I haven't looked in the mountains if it's snow time for the mountains. I don't think it's gotten that cold yet at night. But regardless if it's snowing or raining or beautiful out where you are, thank you for joining me. Cheers. Coffee. What am I making again today? I have to look something up here quickly. Come on. Load page. Quit keeping me waiting while people are watching. $32. Which one are you? Nope. You are here, aren't you? There you are. Had to climb and pick up my tomatoes. Had to look up where my tomatoes were first. It gets complicated when you take all the labels of your cans. Hi, Nan Reader. Welcome, Maramba Girl. Happy to see you. Thank you for joining us. 80s for you this week in Louisiana. Yeah, but what's the humidity? Like, I'm sweating and dry, like, I'm sweating because it's probably raining outside, but normally dry California. Got a whole bunch of onions. Did a whole bunch of restocking since last stream. Got some big honking onions. I'm going to say that this is the wrong knife. That one's dirty. Okay, I guess we'll use a different knife. I want to use that knife. Probably I'm going to use about half of this one. 6%? That sounds beautiful. Like, I wouldn't want to be outside working in it, but that's prime time lounging temp. Louisiana, you probably... Well, it's sort of swampy there, though, too. I was sort of thinking that you're on the coast, so, like, probably, like, nice, beautiful weather to hang out on the coast. But, yeah, not swamps. Ooh, it's got some age on it too. My eyes are feeling this one. Yeah, it's sort of funny how throughout the year, I like airing out my house. I like opening a few windows for an hour or two. And it sort of changes from morning in the summers to midday or evening in the winters. In the evening in winters, because even though it's winter, this house has a ridiculous ability to maintain heat that it's caught over the day. I did all of that. None of you saw me doing it. Cut the onion in a completely different direction from normal. Oops. Then didn't have the camera on for it. Well, at least the live camera. The recording saw it. You all seem to be mostly cut. Give you a few there at the bottom. Alright, we're gonna start cooking some stuff here. Oil. So we'll get going with our onions, garlic, and tomato. We'll sweat all that out, remove a good portion of the moisture of the liquid. I'm definitely going to cook out the moisture in with these tomatoes. Give ourselves so much more of a drier mixture to mix in the inside of our tortillas. This is going to be part of our filling. That's also going to be going with ricotta. I'm going to make a bechamel. I've got some Italian sausage to saute up. Those will all go together into the actual tortillas, and then we're going to smother those in marinara and parmesan. Or not. Well, we'll do some parmesan too, but mozzarella. Once this pan finally heats up, actually we're going not too bad. That oil's moving around nicely. I was originally sort of thinking of throwing a little mozzarella on the inside and the outside, but I don't have a ton of mozzarella, so we're going to put a nice coating on top. Don't worry, I'm not skimping on it. I'm just not also putting it on the inside. Ooh, ads. We're just going to be sauteing till you get back. That's better, bot. I got frustrated at the bot in the beginning of stream because it did a chat analysis like as the stream was starting. I'm doing a bechamel. Does that count as cheese? I'm not putting cheese in the bechamel, like I'm just doing a milk bechamel. But there's going to be like cheesiness in the inside, along with the ricotta. Like ricotta's cheese too. Are the captions horrible tonight? It depends on your definition of cheese. Oh, chat. I'm gonna put it with everything tonight. We're gonna use dried oregano tonight. Why did I buy this type? I hate these bottles. Like, I have no major gripe with McCormick. I mean, they're a major corporation. I'm sure there's issues to be had with them. But find a different bottle. This is like maximizing my space with minimizing product. Hi, Alex. What's that, so? Ooh, 10. And I use powdered garlic too, because even though we have fresh garlic, powdered garlic, different flavor profile, still garlic, just ever more potent. Do we still got time in here somewhere? No, I ran out of time long ago. Oh, here's the dry time. Yeah. I still haven't decided what I'm doing with captions. If I'm switching to the new ones or staying with the old ones. Tomatoes going in. Using fryer roasted tomatoes for the inside. I don't feel like that's really... I think that's more Mexican style than Italian. I don't know. What's your synopsis? Do you feel that fire roasted is more Mexican or more Italian? Like, I'm not saying it can't be a little bit of both, but which camp do you think fire roasts their tomatoes more? Are you saying Italians are not full of flavor? I'm not Italian. I probably shouldn't. Yeah. Okay. So we got that going. Are we pretty much plug and play? Oh, we got bechamel, and we've got Alex. I'd probably say the same thing for Mexican though too. Like, there's enough. Like, I think it's more people than anything else, but probably Americans than anything else. We want to boil down every culture to the 7 ingredients and then turn them into 50 dishes. Because I think we've done that with Chinese foods, with Greek foods, with Mexican foods, with Italian foods. Over on the other side of the stove here, we're going to turn this side down with the tomatoes down low so they just sort of chill. You will eat gumbo for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That sounds soupy, Zeeks. Or maybe super was the better joke there. Is it super? Well, don't you have to serve it with rice? Like, grits are amazing. I'm not trying to downplay you using grits. But isn't gumbo supposed to have... Isn't it supposed to be with rice? Rice grits? Helps with the flames on. Makes the butter melt a little bit better. It's not great to just blow gas into the middle of your kitchen either. Don't recommend either of this. Common bases are rice, mashed potato, grits, and also potato salad. I think I've heard or talked about the potato salad before. Memory non-existent. The other there, like I said, those are all solid sides and it doesn't surprise me so much, but then again, you know, what is traditional? I've said that before here. Like, so we're starting a bechamel over here. We're starting a roux. Probably should have 2 spoons here. This one's already getting tomato into it. I'm making a mistake here. This is the wrong pan for this. Or rather, I'm doing things in the wrong order of operation. So I started in on melting the butter to make a roux. Making a roux shouldn't have been my top priority just yet. Rinsing my knife off, or cleaning my knife off, because I used it to open the pork sausage. Which should have been my first plan. Like, we need to do the pork sausage, and then we need to take it out of the pan, so there's probably going to be some fat and deliciousness in the bottom of the pan. That's probably a good use for our bechamel. So I was mistaken in getting the bechamel started first. We need to get our sausage done first. Do they serve it like in the bowl or off to the side? And to be honest, comparing that to other restaurants, that sounds pricey. That sounds expensive to the restaurant, not necessarily to the people. Because I don't see it as, maybe it's just that much of a quirky thing that it's a draw. But I don't see it as being like filling seats and you're spending a heck of a lot more in time, ingredients, you know, and labor to make potato salad versus throwing some rice on there. Alright, cutting the heat on the tomatoes and onions and garlic now. So the regulars dump it in with their gumbo, like at the table, or do they eat it separately? Fried crawdads, mud bugs, delicious stuff. Which is sort of strange because, like, I don't feel that way about most seafood. Eggs I see too, I don't see it flavor-wise, but eggs have for a long time been a cheap, reliable, effective form of protein, and otherwise that's a very healthy dish, so that would be great together, nutrition-wise. I don't know that I really want an egg with my gumbo, but I don't think it would be disgusting or anything. Does this mean that I need to do egg-based gumbo the next time I have a Creole-themed week or Creole night? I should flip that pork right now, but I'm not going to. I'm going to rinse out this can and get rid of it first. That looks pretty. Got some nice browning on that pork. No relish. So I gotta do a potato salad with no relish to go with my gumbo. What's your thoughts on a mustard heavy potato salad? Because that's how I typically roll. Like, I don't want the mustard on my brats. I want a mustardy potato salad with my brats. You know, mustard on brats just leads to a messy shirt. Keep hitting the wrong button. Hey M1, how you doing? That's what I thought too. Like, I heard of it like just in passing or something like that. Apparently there's 101 recipes for it online, so I'm not being too original apparently. But yeah, This is sort of awesome sounding recipe. I hope it turns out great. I paused breaking this up because I didn't want to overload the pan. What did I do with you? That's where it is. Guess we'll do it in there. Alright, that's all cooked up nicely enough for me now. Nah. And get that all off of the greasy bottom here. Want to keep the fat for our bechamel. Hydrate. Did that go off? Did hydrate work there? Looks like it went off there and there. I didn't see it happen there. I didn't hear it either. Cool. Well, at least the effect went off. I didn't hear it at all. I need to grab my water glass. Did it sound like it was raining too? And I just not hear any of it? I guess I wasn't paying attention. Oh, it could be this too. No, it's showing like it's going to the monitor. Interesting. No, we'll take our butter that we melted earlier, and we'll use that too. Flame back on over here, although the pan's probably still plenty warm. Hey Nadie, how you been? Flour in with our fat. Not too shabby. We'll start working in some water into our roux. Now we'll switch over to half and half. About a cup of half and half in there. About half of this bottle or carton. So all the speckling there is mostly just from the sausage already. I'm going to add pepper, but I'm not going to use white pepper because this is all going into the middle of this mix anyways, so. But if you're a fine dining restaurant, you want to have that perfect white ooze coming out. Yeah, white pepper. MSG. Salt. Herb thyme. Thyme. What is white pepper used for? White pepper has a slightly different flavor profile from black pepper, but primarily people use white pepper because they don't want black specks and things. They want it to look like there isn't pepper in it. Oregano and thyme. Same ballpark. Definitely not the same smell though. If you got some white pepper, go smell your white pepper. Yeah, it works pretty well, Marama girl. Using water instead of just straight cream, or I like to have half and half in my house versus I don't tend to buy milk unless I'm going to use a whole bunch of milk because it's first off sold in giant containers. I live alone. I'm not going to go through one of those for typical use. every once in a while. And so I typically use half and half, and it's going to be heavier fat than you really want to make this, though you could make it with cream if you wanted to. And one of the other things I do is I'll often throw stock in there, though that's sort of like mixing a bechamel with a velouté. But it's delicious too. I can't think of a ton of times that I want to use white pepper. I have white pepper, but yeah, like most of the time I want to know what they're seasoning in there, so I don't mind it being visible. Like good sausage gravy, you got bits of sausage and other deliciousness in there. Why don't you just put the pepper in there? So right now we're just sort of chilling and letting this cook a little bit because it's a roux. We need to bake out a little bit of that flour-like flavor from it. That's a bummer, Maramba girl. Yeah, it's... Intolerances of any type are not fun. I'm cheating on tortillas. I'm not making them myself tonight. Stumper of a scramble, huh? Yeah, Asian recipes use a sort of wider variety of different spices that you don't typically... Like, they love their MSG, too. I want to say dredge, but I don't think it works. I think it's 2 Ds, isn't it? I don't think we have 2 Ds there. Yeah, I don't know that word. I think it's justifiable that you don't know this one. I don't know this word so much that I can't even really give you a good hint. Alright, heat off on this because I don't want it to thicken up much more. Wow, these are stuck together. Not cool. These tortillas are so stuck together that they're stuck together. Hi, Ellie. Yeah, we got a few of those around here. We use you for the tomatoes. Those are set. I am Nadi. I have Italian sausage here that I did up earlier. That was the basis for the fat for our. I'm working on bringing everything over here to the counter so that we got everything. Oops, wrong button. So we got everything over here to start building. Oh, I got a I guess I can do that afterward. Is the bot gonna do it? Is it gonna be delayed by 20 seconds again? I don't know what's causing this delay right now. Like, the bot should be responding to this. I am working on making lasagna enchiladas or lasagna chilada. How is this without the carbs, bot? So we got a ricotta that we're going here. Do a spoonful of the bechamel. Spoonful of the sauteed tomatoes, onions and garlic and herbs. Sprinkle of parm. and a spoonful of ground Italian sausage. And we have our first roll. I'm sort of intrigued to know how this is going to turn out too, because flour tortillas do have a distinctively different flavor from pasta. Going heavier with the ricotta this time. Hey, bakery. Keep putting the ingredients too far away from me like I'm making burritos. Trying to fit 12. That is the current plan. So I'm trying to eyeball ingredients for 12. Doing 12 after 3 here. Should be a quarter of our way done with our ingredients. And again, I did it too far away from me, so we're going to flip it over. It's a little bit easier if you leave them larger until you get them over the pan. You can squeeze them down a little bit more, and that way they don't come out of the sides of the tortilla, whether you're making enchiladas or lasagna enchiladas. But this is probably great for portioning for a party, and it's probably a little bit easy, actually, a little bit cleaner of an affair for a party. What do you think about it? Because this is typically a dish, and, well, I guess it's about the same, because they're just going to leave a dirty dish, but So to fit 12, we need one more before we get halfway here. We're pretty much there already. Might not be fitting 12. I don't think we have ingredients for 12 anyways. I'm thinking we're definitely stretching it here past 10. I've been too heavy-handed. I'm now sort of planning my ingredients for 10. My stuffing. Let's get our oven preheating for our bake. Been forgetting the parmesan, just realized. I guess we're doing 9. So this is the last one. Getting all of that ricotta that's left. Look at that ricotta, sort of sweet. Maybe it's just me. It was my finger after all. Alright, so we got our 9 tortillas in here now, stuffed in there. Actually, pretty good fit with that. Wish I had bought a smaller count of tortillas. So this is our brick of mozzarella that's going on top. I think this is more than sufficient for on top. I don't think this was enough for inside and on top. You agree with me? What do you think? That wasn't supposed to happen. Rip box grater. This one's been going for a while, though. I want to find a box grater that doesn't have... Like, you sort of need some sort of rolled rim or something at the bottom for structural stability. And you don't want a sharp edge down here. I understand that. But they rolled this one inwards, and so it's always been a pain in the butt to get that last little rim cleaned out. So I'm half not sorry to see this thing go. I'm cheating on the marinara. I say marinara like the county. Is it Marinara? Or marinara? I guess I don't say it like the county. And then, because it was inexpensive. I know they've been bought, and so I assume that this is going to be going down in quality over time. But right now it's decent. I'll be honest, M1, I am not a connoisseur of bottled tomato sauces. I hear a lot of people giving it good props. I have not actually used it a whole lot. And then we need to add some cheese there. It's been a minute since I've had ragu. Actually, no, I think I had that one ingredient challenge at one point. Did it? Wanted to make sure I got the edge, but not have it completely overflowing. Like I said, they were just bought, and I think they were bought because they were a name that they could hugely expand the product base on. Because they're bringing out all sorts of like frozen Raos items, and the number of items that they have over next to the tomato sauce is increasing. It's a New York family restaurant name, which is where it's getting its original support base from. We're still preheating. Wow. You taking a minute to get warm lately, oven? Oh, I guess we're in an ad and I didn't notice. Oops. Man, I'm not getting any alerts in my ear tonight, am I? Looking over if there's any trending news to chat about here shortly. That sounds on par. Streeteries, which we have a few of those in Sonoma, will face steep new rules in major U.S. city. Basically, they're starting to cramp down on the restaurants that built giant outdoor areas and kept them during the pandemic and afterward. And I can see, like, I understood the outdoor air eating and the need for it with businesses and to continue on in the pandemic. But once the restrictions of the pandemic were sort of out of the way, it did really irritate me, especially in my own city, how there were businesses out there, just like major thoroughfare out there in the side part, you know, the parking along the sides of the street, just with a couple barriers around the sides of them, like some car isn't going to be able to move that onto a person. Like they're designed to slow cars or flip them over rather than allowing them to move them. It doesn't mean that it necessarily always works. And I just was sitting there after owning my own business, knowing that none of these businesses that had these outdoor areas had the insurance to cover for those things occurring. And they're still around. There's some of them that I see still in like downtown Santa Rosa and stuff like that. It's like, that's got to go now. That's no. And I think a lot of the smarter businesses realize that, regardless of the city rules. I've seen a lot of them close up those shops, but still, like, there's a couple of them out there that still got that space, and it's like, I also felt sorry for the restaurants during the pandemic. Like, my talk about them now from this, we're years out of it at this point. Like, during the pandemic, especially in places like LA, restaurants were just run through the ringer. Because, like, in LA, they weren't initially allowed to build outdoor areas. And then they allowed them to build outdoor areas. And then they outruled it later again. And so all of these businesses rushed to build all of them, spent all this money, like big money, to build these spaces. And then we're immediately told that, oh no, you can't really do that after all. Just, meh. Let's go ahead and throw this in the oven now that we're up to temp. $350, back of the oven. And I'm going to give that 40 minutes. And I think we're going to do an AFK here. While that's in the oven, I'm going to come back and do a salad. I'm going to make up some sort of ranch. I've still got salad greens. We'll see what else I can throw in there for some crunch and color. Probably some carrot and sunflower seeds. Not an incredibly, outrageous salad. But we're going to put a salad together to go with tonight's dinner. But that's not going to take 40 minutes. We're going to give this a 40-minute bake. So I'm going to take off here for 20 minutes. And we'll come back for the last 20 minutes to build the salad and see what we get out of the oven. I will see all of you in 20 minutes.
Say, do you remember this old milk glass satin hen? Well, milk glass was an early American favorite. And when the folks in the old days wanted something really delightful, they'd take one of their milk glass goblets and pour some very fine wine right into it. Well, now you know it's Welch's wine that is keeping this wonderful tradition alive. A real wine for folks who really want the best. Yes, today's answer to this age-old family tradition is Welch's family wine, the answer to warm hospitality and really gracious living, and the wine that so many Americans enjoy these wintry days. You know, there is very good reason for this ever-increasing popularity of Welch's wine. Now, you folks know that all sweet Concord kosher wines are made from grape juice. And everybody knows who has been making the very finest grape juice for the past 85 years. Welch's, of course. And that's right, the only kosher wine made from Welch's grape juice is naturally Welch's kosher wine. Now, when you want the best in grape juice, you buy Welch's. So, doesn't it make sense then, if you want the best and most delicious kosher wine, you insist on Welch's family wine? You get several bottles tomorrow. Try the half-gallon size. You enjoy the wine of all occasions. That's right, when it comes to wine, you'll do well to insist on Welch's.
Well, no wonder my laundry bill is so high. All those napkins last week.
Doeskin.
What?
You should use doeskin dinner napkins.
Paper napkins? Oh, no.
I don't mean thin little paper napkins, but doeskin dinner napkins. You'll love them.
Everybody loves doeskin dinner napkins. These soft linen-like napkins are two-ply in smart formal fold, in white and in beautiful pastel colors. And doeskin dinner napkins are big. They cover your whole lap, and they stay put. What's more, they last throughout the meal, and they leave no lint.
But they are nice. And they would save my linen.
They save you money, too. Doeskin dinner napkins cost only 49 cents for 5 dozen. That's a fraction of a penny apiece.
All right, Dottie.
You'll find doeskin dinner napkins, doeskin facial tissues, and other doeskin products at your favorite grocery, supermarket, department store, or drugstore. Look for the brown dispenser box.
Doeskin.
You are now looking at a slice of bread being spread with creamy-style Skippy peanut butter, as only Mary Ellen can spread it there. All right, now, as you look at that, I don't want you to leave me, because I want to show you something, believe it or not, that a lot of people like even better. Suppose we were to take some fresh roasted peanuts here, and like Mary Ellen has been doing all evening, and putting them in a nut chopper here. Give a couple more little chugs, will you, please? Mm-hmm. You think that'll do it? That's fine. Now you find in there some just tiny little golden nuggets of roasted peanuts, and they are colossal. Now, I want to try something here. Suppose we were to take these, now let me try an experiment, do you mind, honey? And we'd sprinkle them over the creamy-style Skippy. Say, how is that, huh?
Ooh, that looks good.
It does look good. All I did that for was to tell you that you can get that and enjoy it anytime you want. You won't have to go through any chopping process either, because the Skippy people do that for you in chunk style. That's done for you up in the factory. Now, chunk style, you see, has sprinkled all through it very generously through the entire jar those golden little nuggets that you saw there, just about like that. So that's already done for you there. Now, of course, either style, whether it's cream or chunky, if you get Skippy, you are getting the peanut butter that stays fresh right down to the last spoonful in the jar. And so I make it very simple again. I want you to know that this is an honest fact.
If you like peanuts, you'll like Skippy.
Satisfying cups of pleasure. A coffee break makes the moment right. Fresh aroma, friendly flavor. Make it coffee, make it often, make it right.
To brighten any moment.
Make it coffee.
To enjoy that fresh aroma.
Make it often.
Make it up fresh each time in a clean container, and for full flavor.
Make it right.
And here's how. For each cup of fresh drawn water, use one approved measure of your favorite coffee. That's all, one approved measure per cup.
Satisfying cups of pleasure. A coffee break makes the moment bright. Fresh aroma, friendly flavor. Make it coffee. Make it often. Make it right.
If you've ever been to Venice, you remember the gondolas and the picturesque waterways And you remember the food, too. Superb food, prepared with that very special Italian touch. The same special Italian touch that Chef Boyardee sauce with meat can give to your meals over here. Because the recipe for this tangy sauce has been brought over from Italy by this famous Italian chef. Chef Boyardee sauce with meat is made from juicy, sun-ripened tomatoes and tender quality beef, simmered in a spicy sauce that makes a rice and cheese loaf, a casserole, or a spaghetti dish a real Italian-style dish. So when you'd like to add that special Italian touch to your dinner, do it with Chef Boyardee sauce with meat. Try Chef Boyardee sauce with mushrooms, too. Both are prepared from the chef's own Italian recipe.
There's no other box of facial tissues like this. Scotty's new Magic Oval box. Only Scotty's give you tissues that float up gently, one at a time, and come out in neat handfuls, too, because there's a Magic Oval inside every new Scotty's box. Only Scotty's Magic Oval can give you tissues that float up, smooth and easy. No tugging, no tearing, no extra tissues tagging along. And Scotty's Magic Oval does even more. It lets you reach in for tissues by the handful, all neatly folded, just right for pocket or purse. Scotty's new Magic Oval box is pretty, too. And inside, soft, strong, sneeze-proof Scotty's. Remember, for tissues that float up smoothly and come out in neatly folded handfuls, look for Scotty's pretty new Magic Oval box, the only one of its kind.
3, 2, 1, blast off. She's up. Come in ideal countdown control. Ready for second launching.
Atlas moving into position.
Fuel her up.
All set.
Count down.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, blast off! There she goes!
Yes, you can be in command of your own ideal countdown. It's a real electronic missile base. You sit at the controls and move missiles into place. You count down. You blast off. You track the flight. The ideal countdown comes complete with moon missile and lunar probe, as well as a giant atlas. Get your electronic ideal countdown now, wherever good toys are sold.
It's a wonderful toy. It's ideal.
What? Keeping the coffee in the icebox?
Yes, Mr. Jones, it's a new kind of coffee, roasted by a new secret process. Hence, this new none-such coffee has a different flavor, a flavor preserved by vacuum packing, the flavor retained by refrigeration after the jar has been opened. Just taste it. You can't miss that delicate aroma, that clean, mellow taste. Yes, in cooking, the way to a man's heart is most of all through the coffee pot. In every jar, you'll find 3 special pointers, valuable in all methods of making coffee. Try new none-such coffee now. Use half the jar. If not 100% satisfied, get all your money back from your grocer without argument. Special for Movie Week, only 28 cents a pound, plus 3 cents refundable deposit on the jar.
Hey, kids, look what's new. A brand new cereal just for you. Twinkles, the new star-shaped cereal in the storybook package. See? Inside, delicious, crispy, crinkly stars. And outside, a real storybook. All about Twinkles, the magic elephant. See him fly with his rotor tail. Watch him do tricks with his magic trunk. Meet Twinkle's friends, Fulton the inventor, Sanford the parrot, Wilbur the monkey, and more. Read all about their adventures on every storybook package of Twinkles. And wait till you taste those golden little stars, filled with the goodness of energy oats and corn. Remember, only Twinkles has the storybook package. Just tear the magic line and your storybook opens. Twinkles, the new star-shaped cereal in the storybook package.
When you have a Labatt's, you have an adventure. Canadian Light, that's Labatt's. It's a great new taste in beer. Enjoy import quality at USA prices. Have an adventure. Have a Labatt's.
And now, from the popular comic strip Peanuts, here are Charlie Brown and his friend.
Why, thank you, Charlie Brown. Thank you, Charlie Brown.
What's the occasion? Has Charlie Brown had another baby sister?
No, Ford has new economy twins, so he's passing out chocolate cigars to everyone.
Everyone?
Yes, everyone.
You bet your boots, everyone. 'Cause it's just like they said. We've got something big to celebrate. And here it is, Ford's Economy Twins for 1960. The economy choice of a lifetime. Oh, I'll bet you've never seen a prettier twosome than this. There's the new size Ford, the Falcon. And next to it, the large economy size Ford, the Fairlane 500. You know, the 60 Fords were featured in the recent issue of Vogue magazine. And when you run your eyes over the elegant good looks of this Fairlane 500, it's sure easy to see why Vogue says Ford means a fashion success. And all this all-new beauty is yours for an all-new price. That's right. This roomier, more luxurious Fairlane 500 is actually priced a whopping $142 less than last year. And as for this pretty Falcon over here, well, just wait till you check its price sticker. It's America's lowest priced six-passenger car. In fact, it's priced up to $124 less than the other compact cars. Look 'em over in your Ford dealer showroom. Two new Fords, two wonderful new ways to go the finest. Ford's Economy Twins for 1960.
Now, at your favorite grocery store, the most amazing food wrap ever developed, Saran Wrap.
Have you tried Saran Wrap? It really is amazing. Saran Wrap is crystal clear plastic. It keeps everything you wrap in plain sight. And look, Saran Wrap clings like magic. It makes a neat package of anything you wrap, without strings or tape or rubber bands. Foods stay fresh far longer and taste better, too, because the flavor is locked in. Now you can prepare sandwiches for picnics and lunch boxes ahead of time and be sure they'll stay fresh and tasty. You see, Saran Wrap is a wonderful time saver as well as a food saver. Prove it in your own kitchen. Buy a roll of Saran Wrap today and you won't be without it again.
Get Saran Wrap at your grocer's. Saran Wrap is a product of the Dow Chemical Company.
No, Jane and Ann aren't the Crest testers here. Their daddy is. You see, Crest also showed it worked for older people like the Allbrands before it became recognized effective against cavities. Jim, when were you in this toothpaste test?
Back in college.
Let's show the story filmed at a recent reunion. Well, Jim, how did you become part of this toothpaste test?
The dentists at Indiana University asked us to.
Did many others join you in the test?
Quite a few. 246, as a matter of fact.
Did every one of you use Crest in this test?
We use Crest. Their side, regular toothpaste.
Do anything special?
No. Everyone brushed as usual for 2 years.
But your group had?
34% fewer cavities with Crest.
You know what's happened since these tests, Mrs. Allbrand?
Well, a lot of us use Crest.
And Crest has become the only toothpaste recognized effective against cavities by the American Dental Association. Their Council on Dental Therapeutics reports Crest has been shown to be an effective decay-preventive dentifrice that can be of significant value when used in a conscientiously applied program of oral hygiene and regular professional care. What's your program, Mrs. Allbrand?
Wash between meal treats, brush often, and have regular checkups.
And use Crest, of course. Crest with Fluorestan, the only toothpaste recognized effective against cavities.
If you're still watching television on a small screen set, you're missing a lot. Here, for example, is a close-up on a 10-inch set. See how much smaller it is than my head? Now I'd like to show you the same close-up on a 21-inch set. There. Just look at the difference. She's as big as I am now. You can have big screen close-ups just like that. Close-ups as large as life with RCA Victor's great new 21-inch model, the Master 21, at the lowest 21-inch price in RCA Victor history, as little as $199.95. Visit your RCA Victor dealer soon. See television's greatest value, the Master 21, big screen 21-inch quality TV for $199.95. And remember, every year more people buy RCA Victor than any other television.
Wow. Say, you gals think you're lucky you can get Swanson TV turkey dinners, but I say Swanson TV turkey dinners are a bigger break for husbands. Now, you take me. I can be early, I can be late, I can bring pals to dinner anytime I please, and get this, my wife never panics. She just takes Swanson TV turkey dinners from the freezing compartment of our refrigerator when I'm a little off schedule.
Oh, and right you are, Jack. And that is because Mary Lou knows that she can have a swell dinner ready in just 25 minutes.
Right.
And talk about easy. Well, she just pops Swanson TV turkey dinners in a hot oven. You know, they're oven ready in individual heat and serve trays. With Swanson TV turkey dinners, you just heat and you serve big and hearty slices of moist, tender Swanson turkey with grand giblet gravy and special cornbread dressing and fluffy whipped sweet potatoes with golden Swanson butter and garden fresh peas with more butter.
Mother Murphy, lucky me. My wife uses Swanson TV turkey dinners. And make your husband lucky, too. Get Swanson TV turkey dinners, Swanson TV fried chicken dinners, Swanson TV beef dinners from your grocer's big freezer.
Schmidt's Blue Ribbon Bread gives you 7 ounces of non-fat milk solids in every loaf, the equal of 90 quarts a year if you serve it regularly. Every sandwich you make, every snack, gives you extra milk. For wonderful flavor combined with sound food values, serve Schmidt's Blue Ribbon Bread in the pantry pack.
It's the newest, most exciting sound in town. It's a General Electric blender that's going around. Completely new from base to lid. Take it apart, see what they did. The non-skid base is the lowest you'll ever see. The decanter has a 36-ounce blending capacity. The non-spill lid is really smart. For blending convenience, it comes apart. Add additional ingredients if you will. Look, no splash, see no spill. Put them all together and you know it's true. The General Electric blender is best for you. If you want to know another reason why, it's only 10 1/2 inches high. Stores easily on the counter or on a shelf. There's 1,000 things you can make yourself. Make party spreads, great cabbage heads. Blend the meatloaf for a family of 8. Make ice-cold drinks you'll appreciate. Now's the time for you to buy the General Electric blender.
Did he say only 10 1/2 inches high?
Hey, new.
Welcome back. Okay. Salad time. We need to make some ranch dressing. Start off with our bases here. We got sour cream. We got a cutting board with a bowl and sour cream. We got mayo. Threw a few more in there than I didn't want to. Got some new containers of freeze-dried herbage. They got these pull thingies on them. Feel like a great way to cut yourself. Anyways, we'll do a little freeze-dried parsley. Cilantro. And dill. Dried thyme and oregano. Garlic and onion. Pouring pretty quick there, garlic. Salt. MSG. Black pepper. Worcestershire. Did I give you a good hint for the scramble? Mustard. And give this all a mix up together. And then we'll thin it out with a little bit of half and half. This is like the prep for the big game montage song. This is like the, you know, weightlifting using hunks of beef, or the prep for the epic Olympic run. Like the other night, we still got some of the pretty herbage. It's looking a little more aged now, but some of the pretty flowers and sprouts. And then spinach and arugula. Yeah, we're going with all of that. I can't use my box grater to do carrot. Bored and eating the same thing all the time. And I haven't touched on it in a while, but streaming really, helps with keeping me do that. Keeping me trying new things, keeping a schedule, and keeping me true to accomplishing it. I think I'm good with that. Get rid of that. We'll take you. Get rid of that. Sorry, I can't resist. Ooh. Citrus vinaigrette. Not a lot. I couldn't decide between heat or like just straight acid. And I went with so we're going to get most of this on there. Leave the rest of that for carrot sticks. Got another 2 minutes or so on our enchilada lasagna enchilada. Let's see here. Let's go back to the bot here and see what we got for restaurant trends, news trends, see what's going on here. Not much else there in the restaurant food industry. Let's see cooking trends. Bummer for all of those Tarkov fans. Anyone hear about what happened there? That was a royal bummer. Like, Tarkov has been... We're getting right there. We're getting there. Tarkov has been using drops on Twitch quite a bit. The game, if you're unfamiliar with drops on Twitch, they're sort of linked between game makers and Twitch to give bonuses to Twitch viewers who are watching the game. And the problem is, they normally do those, but they were doing both a free and a paid version of the drop. But they've apparently done this several times in the past with both a free and a paid version of the drops. They didn't activate the paid drops with the free ones. Or there was a mess up in how it happened. Regardless, it didn't happen. And so you had several of the major streamers get thousands of gifted subs, and then they didn't get the drops from gifting subs to get the dono, or to get the drop. And so there's a big kerfuffle over, these people deserve to have this. So here we go. This is looking amazing. Nice stuff. Good one. Yeah, these are looking great. And they have the, like, crispy sides that I like to enchiladas and didn't get quite... Like, I know there's certain camps about this, and old school enchiladas are certainly... You soak the tortillas in sauce before you even build them. That was not what I did. And that's not sort of... Like, it's weird because I'm not a big fan of things like the crusty rice and stuff like that. But I do like the crispy sort of flour tortilla edges if you don't completely soak them, or you soak them just enough that they dry out and crisp in the oven. Where are our lines here? I'm going to guess that this is 3 in here somewhere. Nice. I pretty much nailed that. I want to try and get them together. I don't have a ton of fine dining time under my belt in fine dining restaurants, but I will say that there is an art to cleaning plates for service. It isn't all just perfect plating, it's also cleaning up your mess. There's modern methods, but the old trope is beware desserts with too much whipped cream. I think that came out looking pretty damn good. Let's get all these warheads off of my carousel. So we got salad with our homemade ranch. Carrot, sprouts. Actually, I'm going to throw some sunflower sprouts on those. I've got those here somewhere. Finishing touch on the salad. sunflower seeds. I put them around the side so the center still looked garnishy. And then because, why not? Let's get some photos. Hey, Soph, you got panache. Oh no. Just before an ad break. Darn it. Is it actually going to go? Because I triggered ad sooner than this. Alright, so we got photos. We got all of that loveliness. Let's see who we can say hello to tonight. Ooh, nice. I'm gonna send all of you lovely people off to someone I have not rated in quite a while. It's movie night over at Play Carrington. So I'm gonna go and enjoy my lasagna enchiladas and salad and carrot sticks. I'm gonna send all of you to go off and watch Moon 2.0. It's starting right now. It's a 1960s flick. It's probably public domain since that's sort of his thing. I hope you enjoy go hanging out with him. I hope you all have a great evening. I hope to see you back here tomorrow night when we're making pasta fagioli. Pasta and bean soup with meat. We get some ground beef. All that good stuff. I hope to see you back. I hope you all have a great night. Great start to your week. Good night.